What's up guys, I'm here at Atlantis in the Bahamas, and today I'm going to be showing you all of their moment makers. It's also called their Atlantis bucket list. It's on any bag. You can also find it in their free downloadable app, which will have directions how to get there. If you stick around to the end, I'm going to be showing you my top photo pick spots. You're going to want to stay around for that. And all of these things are free. So let's start it off with number 10. Starting us off at number 10 is Atlantis's Sea Turtle program. This is so cool because you get to be right up close and personal with sea turtles. And honestly, the only reason why I put this as number 10 is because if you go out into the ocean and swim in the ocean of Atlantis, there are sea turtles and manta rays actually all around you. So watch where you're stepping and watch where you're swimming, because these things will swim up right next to you in the wild. Swimming with live sea turtles was on my personal bucket list. So for me, seeing a sea turtle up close in the ocean was better than seeing it in captivity. Number 9 is definitely one of those Instagram opportunities, the sacred space. There's all these little rock formations, which I think was really cool. Even though it was overcast, it kind of made this like gloomy kind of dark theme to it. But look at these little memorabilia. Each one is totally different and has its own personality. And even though it's really cool to see, I put it at number 9 because I didn't come to Atlantis to look at a bunch of rocks. Even though they are pretty cool, they are a bunch of rocks at the end of the day. But you can definitely get some really good photos, and this expands out into this area over here too, which has some other views of the ocean. If you do end up in this area, this is where I swam with the sea turtles, and they also have a ton of hermit crabs. So I took a bunch of photos with the hermit crabs. I don't know, I was way into those more than into the rocks. So just to put it out there, this is in the same area, but keep a lookout for the hermit crabs because they are all over the place. Coming in at number 8 are the slides, guys. As you know, Atlantis is known for its water park, but these slide experiences, you don't even need to go onto the slide to enjoy them, because this one has its own little secret cave. You go down in here, there's a little cenote. So when you come down the slide, you actually land in the cenote, which I think is so cool because it's surrounded by an aquarium. So when you come down the slide, you land in amongst the fish, so it feels like you're underwater swimming with them. And even though I'm not really into water slides, this was so cool to see, just to watch people coming down the slide and seeing the fish around and just seeing how there's little like hidden caverns as you're walking around. Even the exit to this slide is really cool. Look how it just comes up the little cave here. And I just love looking for these little hidden adventures that Atlantis is full of. The next one is the main slide that Atlantis is known for. This one has a shark tank in it, guys. Like, you're literally going through the slide, through the shark tank. Check it out. And even this is really fun to watch, even if you're not on the slide. I'm sure the slide itself is really awesome because you go right in with the sharks and everything. But just watching people kind of get knocked around and freak out when a shark comes next to them was totally worth just stopping by and watching for a few minutes. And of course, you'll want to get a photo with this iconic spot. Atlantis is also surprisingly romantic. I mean, underneath this arch is an amazing spot to take a photo. I took so many photos over here, but they have a little heart swing. I mean, imagine being here on your anniversary or something and just posing under this swing. It's a classic. Also located over here is number 6. This fish fountain is so cool. It really looks like they're all kind of jumping in the air and swimming. And at night, it looks so cool lit up. I mean, this view and taking photos here is a must. Similarly, at number 5, Pegasus, guys, you're gonna just stand in front of this fountain in awe. Like, maybe it's because I'm really into horses and horses with wings. Maybe it's just a me thing. But I thought this fountain was so cool. And all the photos that I took here came out so good. I was lucky enough to see it in the direct sunlight and also when it was overcast. I mean, how cool does this look? And then when you come out at night, when you are waiting for the shuttle, it just like makes all the difference. If you're liking this video, please hit that like so other people can find me in the algorithm. You know I do everything on a budget, so even though Atlantis may seem expensive, there's still budget options, and I'm here to show you them. Another free attraction to see at Atlantis at number 4 is the rope bridge and the small tooth sawfish. There's a few scattered sawfish throughout the resort, but the one over here was humongous, so definitely worth checking out. But check out this bridge, guys. As big as Atlantis is, I was surprised that I had this whole rope bridge to myself. There were a lot of people bouncing around, but it was really easy to get a moment to yourself to enjoy the bridge and check it out. I mean, look at this starfish. It's crazy, right? And it is a little hard to find, so it was another one of those kind of treasure hunting moments where you have to really go looking for the bridge. There's also so many predators in this area, but I was personally obsessed with this hammerhead shark because when I first saw it, it was like Jaws. I just saw the fin coming out of the water. I wish I could have captured that moment. But this fin is so huge. It's hard to capture on film how big this shark is, but this thing is massive. So once I discovered this part of the park, I just spent, I would say half of the day over here, honestly, just watching the sharks and checking out the sawfish. And the other huge sawfish are located over closer to the Royal. They have their own little sanctuary over there. So definitely check that out too, because guys, these things are so massive, it just blows your mind. Coming in at number 3, I was surprised to find out that you don't have to pay for Dolphin Cay. I mean, you need to pay if you want to go in and actually swim with the dolphins, but if you don't want to do that, you can just go and they have a little lookout area and you can just watch the entertainment, and it's pretty close. They have all these little tables and things set up, and this was early in the morning, so I had got there for the first showing, the first class. But it was so fun to just watch everybody interacting with the dolphins, and you can just see how big of personalities these things have. They were teaching them tricks and interacting with them. It was just really fun to sit back and watch. And it's one of those things, like maybe one of these times I'm there, I will do it. But it was just as entertaining, honestly, to watch from afar as it would have been to like be there right next to them. So it's definitely worth the hike over there to go and check it out. And again, I went pretty early in the morning, so I would suggest going early morning to watch one of the first classes because there was like hardly anybody there. Coming in at number 2 is the Dig. I would say this is probably what Atlantis is most known for. This is where you get to walk around the ruins of Atlantis and explore. And the first time I did it, it was nighttime, so that was so cool because it's kind of like spooky in there and it's dark, like light lit corners that you go around, so you really feel like you're kind of exploring. And inside there are so many fish. It's a whole aquarium. They also have all this stuff set up, so it really makes you feel like you're in this sunken lost city of Atlantis. And if you go more in the daytime, you'll see a lot of kids and stuff, so it's fun to see it during the day and watch all the little kids interacting with the fish and everything. But if you want more moments to yourself, go at night, because you can just sit there, nobody will probably even come in, and you just get to have these moments with these amazing animals. It's like crazy. It's also just really peaceful because you really feel like you're part of that underwater world, and it gives you a glimpse into a world that we don't get to see every day. I mean, there's all this stuff going on underwater all the time, so it's really nice to have these little intimate moments with these little fish and stuff, because it's just one of those things in life where you wouldn't normally get to see stuff like this. So really take advantage because they really immerse you in with the environment. And it's hard to describe unless you're there, but you just really feel like you're underwater with all these creatures. My favorite part was watching the manta rays. They're so majestic when they're swimming underwater. Just when you thought that the Dig was my favorite, guys, this is the number 1. You're going to love it. It's really hidden, it's hard to find, but it's worth the trip. This is the number 1 thing you absolutely have to see when you come to Atlantis. So if you want, do this first, because once you're in here, you're going to spend hours in here. When I say hours, I mean hours. Like, you could just sit there and chill. There are so many cool experiences in this tunnel. You are fully immersed underwater and everything is just swimming directly overhead, right next to you. It's as if you are swimming with the fish. It's so hard to get on film, like just how big this thing is, but I'm going to try and show you in comparison next time it comes around. And when I say fish, I mean predators. I mean, look how big this barracuda is. It's as wide as the entryway, guys. These fish are huge. They have sharks in here. They've got manta rays. This thing is going to blow your mind. And I honestly don't even need to tell you more about it. I mean, just look at all this footage. This is so cool. You ever wanted a selfie with a barracuda? Now's your chance. One thing I did want to mention about all these experiences is they have scheduled feeding times throughout the day. So make sure you check that out, because being underneath the tunnel or stuff like that, you might not see this stuff because they might be getting fed. So just keep that in mind in terms of timing when you go to these places. And on the flip side of that, if you want to go watch the feeding, that's really fun too. Atlantis also does an amazing job with signage, and also if you go into the app, there's a whole audio tour that you can take too. So depending on how much you want to see and how much you want to learn, this place is packed with free stuff and free education. Now, as promised, I want to show you a few other top photo spots that I liked. We'll start here at the Lagoon Bar and Grill. This ceiling makes for amazing backdrop. The Coral Pool has a swim-up bar, so this is a great spot to get that photo with the drink. Atlantis at night is beautiful as it is in the daytime. If you go to different parts of the park, you'll find different areas to get really good photos. The casino is also a great spot to get some good photos. They've got this crystal statue thing, and then inside they've got a ton of different light fixtures. Inside the casino, they also have Poseidon's Throne, which is on the bucket list, so make sure you get that in. Can't beat a Barbie photo op. Atlantis also has a number of like pop-up photo opportunities, like this Barbie area, and then they also have a few things that pop up throughout the week. And as you're walking around the marina, this is one of the best photo opportunities out there, because all these super yachts will be coming in and out. They're constantly changing, so you'll be able to take photos with all kinds of different yachts and things over here. And then also over here on the opposite side of the Royal, you'll find a bunch of waterfalls. And this is always a great opportunity to take a photo on this rope bridge or in front of the waterfalls. Lots of spots over here, guys. And as you know, Atlantis is full of beaches, but they have these little walk-up steps. So you have this amazing backdrop for the beach. So especially during like sunset or sunrise, they make it really easy for you to get that moment maker memory shot. And you'll find these scattered across all the beaches. I mean, just imagine this during sunset. It's going to be so pretty with the clouds and everything. They've also got a number of hammocks and things scattered around the beach, so you'll be sure to get a good photo in those. And you can take the iconic Atlantis chair shot. Which one of these was your favorite? I could not decide. There's so many good ones. Let me know in the comments. There's also a number of food and drink experiences to have. I left them out because you have to pay for them. This was all about the freebies. But stay tuned, because everything I ate and drank in Atlantis, that'll be a video coming soon. And in the meantime, this is the video that YouTube thinks you will like the most.